Yo, what's up everybody? Angelus here and welcome back to yet another from our video. In today's video, we'll be reacting to both the Conqueror and the Shaolin reworks. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure you are subscribed and have your bell notifications turned on so you don't miss any of my from our videos. And yeah, hope you enjoy the video. Catch you in the next one. Peace out. Alright, time for the reworks.
Showing you the changes to Conqueror and Shaolin right now that are coming up in the next testing round. So we're gonna start with Conqueror. So for Conqueror, we took a slightly less heavy-handed approach for the character this time around. We wanted to make sure we did a testing ground again because there's some changes in here that are quite large. So we wanted to make sure that everything was okay and we're all happy with them. And the idea is that we really tried to focus on addressing what makes Conqueror more frustrating to fight against, and also
Bash.
kind of pushing the character's archetype in 1v1 and in group fights to be a lot more focused. So that's what we're going to be looking at right now. So first up, we've actually removed charging heavies in chain. So as you can see, I have my heavy. I'm holding my heavy right now. I can't charge my attacks at all anymore. The reason for that is that it caused too many issues. We had a lot of flickering problems, a bunch of different types of issues, and it added a lot of complexity to the character where the Conqueror actually did not need those. So we decided to remove that. Hopefully everybody's gonna be happy with it, but the character doesn't end up needing it after all. We've also removed the undodgeable from those chained heavies.
Very nice.
We're not gonna actually dodge them, right? So because again, those undodgeables were kind of
Nerf him to the ground. All the conch mains gonna be pissed.
And on top of that, it again did not feel that necessary with the rest of the changes that are coming. The other change that's rather big that we've done is we've removed the infinite light, right? So if I mash light, I stay and I...
that wasn't really a big deal anyway, though.
So I only have 2 lights. I have a light finisher, basically, now. So the thing here is that infinite lights feel really bad at low level. They're kind of like players constantly get hit by them. It's difficult to react to on lower end hardware and on for players that are not as used to the game. And at top level, they're completely useless.
Yeah.
So you can react to them, parry them, whatever, and it's not a problem. So we've decided to remove that aspect entirely because it wasn't quite working anyway. But one of the things we've done is that shield bash, which you can have now. You can do it after any attack, including light finishers. So if you do a heavy, you can do shield bash.
Oh, nice. More bashes. Didn't have enough of those.
Do a shield bash, but let's say you do a light finisher, like here. I get a shield bash afterwards.
Oh.
So that's kind of the interesting here is that
That's nice.
Can actually extend his chains even if he does lights at the end and keep going. So we wanted to keep that bit of pressure there, but not be overly overwhelmed. The next thing that's quite big is that the flail uppercut, which is the follow-up after a shield bash, is no longer, you do light afterwards, yeah. So it's no longer armored or unblockable, and it now has a stance. Reason for that being that Conk is not a ganker. When nobody's expecting Conqueror to gank, nobody's expecting those types of things to happen, yet it was actually quite strong in the testing grounds that we have before. So we've decided to eliminate that aspect as well. Another thing that we've done is that, so we had in the previous testing grounds that you could dodge cancel out of the recovery of full block stance like this. We've actually removed this. It created weird wave dashing opportunities where you could throw an attack, cancel recovery by this, and then dodge out of it, and you were able to avoid a bunch of different things here. So there's a little bit more delay also when you exit full block stance. Here it's so that you don't get a faster recovery, because the way it worked is you can get actually a faster recovery in some cases by just tapping down in your recovery. You can go like this, tapping down, and then you would just tap down really quickly and you would recover faster than if your heavy actually ended the recovery. So there's 100 ms more at the end of that recovery, and
that's good.
Quite well. We've also lowered the damage of the unblockable charge heavies from neutral. They used to deal 32, now they deal 28. Again, it's more normalization damage here. It made no sense to deal that much damage, and it also has less range. So now this is gonna hit, but if I go a little bit further out, Alex goes like a tiny bit further. Yeah, so we reduced the range on this.
We reduced the range as he hits him from far away the first time.
Parries, and then you had so much forward movement that you can actually do off-screen hits with it. So an unblock, you can imagine an unblockable that deals a lot of damage. Coming from off-screen, that's hard to react to. Didn't make a lot of sense. So we've taken care of this as well. The other change that we also have is that the shield bash in chains does not move forward as much as it used to.
So they nerf the range on it.
Rely hardcore on this to be able to initiate pressure in group fights when you're outnumbered. So with this, you also get rid of like off-screen type of problems that we had. So that helps there quite a bit. Last but not least, we've actually put dodge forward bash back to 100 milliseconds from the front dodge. It used to be at 300 in previous testing grounds. So the idea here is that we wanted to make sure that Conqueror actually has a lot more pressure from neutral without giving him like extra dodge attacks and forwards or whatever. So with this, the mix-up that actually works on live right now works on Conqueror.
Did you hear that?
Well.
The mix-up. Bash. The conk mix-up. Bash. That's it.
Because it costs too much stamina, etc. So now the change we've done is that it costs 20 instead of costing 40 stamina. So that makes quite a difference here as well. You can use it a lot more. It should be a lot less underwhelming. So the game plan for Conqueror in this testing ground basically is you want to land as many shield bashes as you can, right? So you can
like they didn't already do that.
Dodge, you can do it in chains, whatever you like. Whenever you land a shield bash, you get a flail uppercut. And once you've gotten that flail uppercut, you are frame advantage, which means that you actually can do flail uppercut into heavy feinted guard break, and
or not.
If you press to dodge it, you're able to guard break them in most cases. And in the cases where you can't, so for example here what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a flail uppercut into a heavy that I'm going to let go. And I can go into my down stance and block attacks. So against some characters that have faster dodge attacks, such as Shaman, you can, instead of doing feint to guard, you can just let your heavy go. Cancel recovery with down stance, you're able to block the dodge attack. Everything works quite well. And so the idea is, let's say, so you can go into a shield bash, into a light, into another light, into a shield bash, and do whatever you'd like. And it works really well, right? So it
works really well as he gets hit over and over and over again.
You want to force your opponent condition to try to parry your heavy, right? Because if you do this after a heavy, then I have, if Alex doesn't parry this, right? Then the problem that he has is that I go back into another mix-up if I want. I can go into
another mix-up of bashes.
And keep going.
More bashes.
So Alex constantly has to make the choice here.
I feel like
or not dodge.
It's basically just more bashes on Conk now.
Into my down stance, try to beat things. I can beat parries with these things. I can do a lot of different things.
How do y'all feel about this? I want y'all's opinion. Do you think this is good or not? I feel like it's just more bashes.
The complexity and the amount of crazy properties the hero had, while keeping the identity of the hero intact, which was basically a lot of shield bashes. People like this, it works well, and we want to have the Conqueror be super proactive. If you want to be able to actually deal damage, you have to be a lot more aggressive and really get into your chains, do a lot more, and get into depth. So that's it for Con. We're going to look at Shaolin next. Okay, cool. So welcome back, Alex. We're going to be looking at Shaolin now and what the changes.
All right, let's see it. I'm excited for this one. This one I'm excited about.
Yeah, okay. So our goal with the Shaolin was to improve its flow a bit. Because right now on live,
get the
no
key
matter what
stance.
you do, as soon as your opponent knows the character, they're always going to stop your flow. And also, there was not really a purpose to go into key stance because the options were not great. So we also tried to improve that side of the character. So first off, let's take a look at the openers. One thing that we did was make the top light enhance. So that way you can go into your key stance from there.
There we go.
Also, keep your chain going if you want. Yeah. The other thing that we did for the character's opener is now the side dodge heavy can flow into key stance. And
Thank
can
God.
also go into your chains.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
Imagine how fast this character's going to be now.
it's gonna be a way better option, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah. Then next we're gonna take a look at the key stance itself. So we did a lot of improvement there. One of the first things that we did was to make sure that we have attack parity here, because before your top and side attacks would all be different, but now all the lights are the same, all the heavies are the same. So let's take a look at the light first. They're now all 500 ms, and they're all enhanced now. So if we go,
So you go right back to key stance.
see that it's enhanced.
Can we go back to key stance after that?
Should be a bit better from there. And before, whenever the Shaolin was doing the side lights, it was even worse because they were 700 ms, so it was just a free parry every time. Now for the heavy, they're now all 800 ms and undodgeable, and that goes for the top as well.
Oh, they're all undodgeable.
1200 ms, I think, and unblockable, and the sides were 600 ms, which was a bit weird since you can find them as well. But now they're all at 600, and they're all undodgeable. The other thing is, wait, sorry, the kick is the same as before, so that's it. Then what we did is take a look at the sweep attack.
Heavy.
On live right now,
Heavy.
the sweep can only be done after a kick, which doesn't make a lot of sense. So we removed that, and instead we put the sweep after any key stance attack. So either you do kick light sweep, or you do kick heavy sweep, or kick light sweep. Sorry, or light sweep, like that.
Oh, so you can just attack and go straight to it. That's
So
dope.
The sweep is 800 ms now, but
He's got mix-ups.
now be feinted, which was not the case before. So that's the first bash that's not chargeable and feintable.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that should be something.
They giving him some good stuff.
Also, one last thing is that
But wait,
the
there's
sweep
more.
can now go to a dedicated follow-up.
Heavy.
Go to your opener, but that dedicated follow-up can now chain,
That's nice.
or it will go back to key stance itself. So
No fucking way. This character is going to be awesome with the flow.
and to key stance basically. So
That's
pretty
awesome.
much it for the
Yeah, this character's going to be cracked with revenge.
character flow. Just having all those moves tied together and having better openers should make the way.
Can't wait to see Sunkai with this kit.
Yeah, it's super interesting to see that. Well, just that little tweak that we did of adding that sweep after the defense attack makes a huge difference. The character feels a lot better. You get a lot more pressure in 1v1. And what's interesting too is that because it's feintable, right? You can feint the guard break, or you can feint the parry, or feint the dodge, or whatever. And all the options that you get out of that sweep now also always lead back to defense, right? So if you want to have and put that pressure and go towards that, then you can.
Oh my god, dude. I wonder how much stamina he uses for this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So first off, we took a look at the sprint attack. Before, it was a bit weird. You could not really link to any attack if you hit it. It was really dependent on how you hit it and how you press the buttons. Like if you switch stance, it wouldn't work. If they were already in the right stance, I think they would block it. So it's kind of messy. So we made it so that the branching is a bit more comfortable to the player. Then talking about comfort, we removed the true timing restriction on the triple side light.
Yeah, like we've done with.
So now you can just smash it; it's gonna work.
Yeah, it's similar to what
but
we've
you
done
can
with
also just hold it to go to.
Yeah, it's similar to what we did with Shinobi and.
So you do the running attack to the triple
So it's way
light
more
to key
comfortable,
stance,
for sure.
back to the chain again.
The other thing that we did was to remove the unblockable heavy after the kick. And the reason for this is because it was not really it was a terrible option. Like you would always go for the guaranteed damage. But now with the sweep, it's even more true because you can get your guaranteed damage and still have the unblockable feint mix-up with the sweep. So the heavy didn't have its place on the character kit. Also, another change that we did was allow the player to dodge from key stance.
Dash out of it to deflect.
Press B before end.
He can deflect from key
So
stance.
to be a bit more comfortable, and it also makes the key stance a bit better because it means that you have some defensive options out of it as well.
Yeah.
Because before you would always get guard broken or bashed out of it. So now you have a little extra option.
Yeah, and that works really well too, because like at some point you're able to use it better in group fights.
Yeah, you can deflect with it. You can dash into attacks.
Defense as well. It's kind of like the feeling of we always want to get everything to go back to key stance. We're improving key stance, so we're really trying to center the character into hardcore. Going okay, so I want to have ways to go into key stance. When I'm in key stance, I'm able to apply pressure and then go back into key stance in 1v1s, and also make the key stance a little bit better to use in group fights when you're outnumbered. That's kind of interesting there. I think we also have changed the dodge it to a zone attack, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness, so this is
the
a full-on
problem with
overhaul.
Zone attack before was that it was a bit of a weird and frustrating move, especially for a newer player, because the timing made it so that you couldn't dodge in between hits. Sometimes you couldn't parry, sometimes it would be guaranteed. Like it was just a very, very strange move. So now we slowed it down, but we also drastically improved the trajectory, so it should be a bit better whenever you're outnumbered.
Highlander zone.
Also, we made it so that you could target swap in between each hit, so then you're able to just move your trajectory around.
Oh shit, so
so
it changes direction per swing.
Much more easier to use and way less frustrating than before.
Yeah, what's kind of interesting now, like you can throw it at me and I can dodge like all, like if I get hit by the first one, I can dodge again, no problem. What was happening before was that if the second hit landed, like actually hit you, like the third hit was guaranteed, and if you blocked the second hit, the third hit would be auto blocked, and so it created all sorts of weird situations where like it looked like you might have had an option, but in fact you didn't. So with this, yeah, it's a little bit slower, but it's a lot more consistent. And with the additional buffs, with like lower stamina costs, higher damage, better trajectories, target swappable, we're really hoping that it's gonna push that move to a higher level than it ever was. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's about it.
Yeah.
About it. God, you gave him everything. He's gonna be fast paced as shit.
During our playtest, like everybody seemed to be enjoying the character way more than before, and we hope you do too.
All right, so thank you. We're gonna get back to Josh, and we'll see.
That is awesome. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you are subscribed and have your bell notifications turned on so you don't miss any of my future videos. And yeah, as always, you have no skill and stay dangerous. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.